2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, the talk has been that they don't want to play with caution tonight. They want to let it all hang out. They seem to be a pretty revved-up group coming into this game. We'll see if that translates into success on the court. We all know just how incredible Chris Paul is. Guy gives you everything you want from a floor general. Even at his age, guys, is there any team in the NBA that wouldn't be better if you swapped him into the point guard spot?
Well,
does he make every team better?
He makes almost every team better. Almost every team. I couldn't say every team, but I would say Golden State. I mean, they're not going to be better. And maybe even Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Good
they'd
point.
be better, but he makes most teams better.
Yeah, and, he just does so much that it's kind of hard to see a team getting worse with him as their point guard. He's a great player. Wish him well.
That does it for us for now. We'll see you later.
An aerial view of the many buildings making up the skyline of beautiful Houston, Texas. Our broadcast setting tonight. Hello and welcome, everyone, to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. We're live in Houston where the Rockets have home court advantage. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, James Harden is a great offensive player, but there's no mistaking it. He does dominate the ball. Now, that can bother teammates sometimes, but Coach Mike D'Antoni says when they feel that paycheck every 2 weeks, that should make them play hard. You have to be a star in your role. So when James gets the ball to you, shoot it, and then run back and play hard as heck. Kevin?
Thanks. He's a great passer, David. There's no doubt he can set the table. And both these teams can go deep into their benches. Chris, what's it like to play on a stacked team? A team that has a huge number of players that can start in a lot of teams in the league, but may have to come off the bench.
It just relieves a lot of the pressure. As starters, you want to try to get a lead or play well, and you hope the bench comes in and just holds off the next team or comes in with a nice pace. But when you're playing with a great team, you can actually hope that bench comes in and do better than you. You can actually hope that bench comes in and kind of raises the pace on that other team. But most importantly, what those benches do, and I know for me in Sacramento, they really keep the integrity of the team in practice every day because they're out there beating the A team. So when they put on those special jerseys that everyone hates or has to flip their jersey inside out and go up against the starters, they're playing with that confidence that they play with every game. And so you have to be prepared in practice. And so it makes every day you get better, not just on the game day. So for me, being on those teams with great benches helps you more in practice every day, which sets a culture of winning more so than just in the games.
That's an excellent insight. So here is Miami's starting group. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Whiteside is out there with James Johnson. And it's Winslow in at the 3. That's good from Johnson. Well, you knew that the Rockets were going to be an offensive juggernaut with their roster and Mike D'Antoni at the helm, but seeing it in action is still jaw-dropping at times. I mean, you're amazed. They can put up a lot of points in a hurry.
Yeah, and the team plays at an incredibly high pace, which accounts for some of their big numbers. But they do a good job of finding smart shots and making the most of their possessions. This team can truly be scary when they're clicking.
And Johnson drops them both. And, Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but It works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game-level intensity.
Now here's Waiters. James Harden missing on the three. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. Johnson with a screen on Paul. Here's Waiters. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
And so here is Houston. 4-point game. Waiters against Harden. Paul outside from past the arc. Sinks the triple.
I really like how Capella plays within the offense. So great at using his huge body to set screen.
Waiters dishes to Johnson. Pass to Dragic. And Waiters kicks to Winslow. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by Capella.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off a good pick, you want to get that one. He gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Whiteside. Winslow setting the pick for Dragic. Johnson kicks to Dragic. No good with the triple.
They're sputtering a little on offense to start this game. 1 for 4 so far.
Here's Harden, and it's Harden slamming it down.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Winslow. Johnson the screen. Dragic with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let him have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. There's Winslow. Softly drops in the floater. Winslow's got his first points of the game. The Rockets trail. Well, with Whiteside, no matter what he is doing, he is always setting the tone the way he goes about defending the rim. It's like he's taking it personally that these guys are not going to score on it.
And you know what? He's a tone setter defensively. He gives his group confidence when he's on the floor. And, you know, teams are starting to realize you simply do not go at Whiteside. The block numbers might be down, but his defensive impact is as high as ever.
Here's Dragic following the basket by Chris Paul. Shot clock at 3. Johnson can't hit. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's the floater, and it's laid in by Paul. Paul's got 7.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Now here's Waiters, down low. Here's Whiteside. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Well, that's a nice look, recognizing he had the opening to make the entry pass.
Rockets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Capella with a screen on Dragic. Kicks it out to Ariza. No good on the triple.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Dragic against Paul. Paul with the steal. To the inside. Harden. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Waiters with the ball. Chris Paul covering. And Waiters, here we go. Kicks it to Dragic. Winslow setting the pick for Dragic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Clint Capella.
And you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you think it's all about dunks, but I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
And the first one at the line is good. Whiteside, earlier in his career, didn't have as many options to score, but Greg, he's been very conscious of keeping that improvement of his game, and especially on the offensive end.
And Whiteside has been self-motivated since he's come back to the NBA. He's got the great length. He gets the hooks. He's got that baby hook up over the defenders, the soft shooting touch, and he just continues to improve offensively, all the while still being a force on the defensive side of the floor.
Now, here's Tucker. Feeds it to Nene. Here is Mbamute. Buries the long-range jumper. And Mbamute has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Right a screen. Here's Richardson, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Each team is stepping up, rising to the challenge. Yet another leadership.
Shot's good from Mbamute.
Just finding the open man. Few who have ever played this game have Paul's vision.
Here's Johnson. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Now here's Gordon. Screen by Mbamute. No good trying to beat the buzzer. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Houston on top. They lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
Play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you what, when you allow them to speed up the tempo, there's a good chance you're going to fall behind.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Kelly Olynyk. Tyler Johnson is out there with Josh Richardson. Then it's White, and it's Adebayo in at the 5 spot. The Rockets shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Tucker at the line for 2.
Two shots.
That's good from Tucker. And Chris, when you played, you were known as a guy at your size who could rip and run, take it coast to coast. You look around the league now, who are some of the best big men ball handlers?
Oh, you love it. If you get that board, you got to be able to take it, speed up the offense. We've seen Draymond just have a field day doing it with all the players on his team that could knock it down and score. Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis. We've even seen Paul Millsap and Julius Randle do it a little bit. So I love the fact that if you can get that board and push it, it makes it easier because you don't have to look for the outlet. You can actually find that point guard, that 2-guard in transition, and let them score, and you be the facilitator.
Tries again. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there, prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. And the basket by Olynyk.
Oh, just a nice quick release. Olynyk gets it off in a hurry.
Johnson against Paul. He kicks it to Gordon. Passes it to Tucker. Nene, the screen. Tucker dishes to Paul. 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. Tucker can't get it to go.
A defender nowhere near him. He still can't hit it. He wants that one back.
And it's Johnson penetrating. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move. And he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Mbah-a-Moute.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, yeah, and you have to give him credit, too. Makes the right read, go straight to the rim.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. Rodney McGruder's checked in for the Heat. Ellington comes in for Richardson. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And, you know, doesn't matter where you line him up. Tyler Johnson has become a playmaker. You know, had to work his way into the NBA, but he has quickly established himself. Great threat off the bench who brings instant scoring and can be a catalyst for your offense.
Now here's Johnson. After Eric Gordon's miss, the shot's good from Ellington.
That's too much space to give him out there on the perimeter. They got to close out on him.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Gordon a screen. Nene kicks to Mbah-a-Moute. That one's off, still out of sync. And Greg with Johnson, it's that burst he plays with on the floor that makes him such an energizer.
Yeah, and for a player who isn't the biggest guard, you know, he attacks with reckless abandon. Great speed of play in the half court as well as transition. And he's really slippery and can step in if you overcommit.
Now, here's Tucker. Here's Harden on the wing. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. That shot off the mark. Miami leading by 4. McGruder passes to Olynyk. Floats one up, and it's good on the way in. Olynyk's got 4 points in the quarter.
A beautiful shot there by Olynyk, just showing that in-between game.
Harden dishes to Gordon. Screen by Mbah-a-Moute. Gordon kicks it to Tucker. A three-pointer is right on target. Tucker's got 5 now.
No doubt that was a defensive mistake. You got to have a guy on him at all times.
The pass to McGruder. Kicks it out to Johnson. And there's the feed to Olynyk. Heat moving the ball around from beyond the arc. And it's McGruder missing. Rockets trailed by 3. Harden outside. Outside Gordon. This one for 3. The shot off that time. And it's Miami the other way.
And probably the one constant of this Miami team the last few years has been their defense. They do a great job of making life difficult for opposing shooters, and it's been anchored by one of the best shot blockers in the game with Whiteside.
And it's the Heat with the ball after Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Harden the pass to Tucker. Gordon a screen. A shot by Harden. Wide open. No good with the triple. And the Miami defense is more than just Whiteside blocking shots, as you might say. Greg, they do a great job of limiting opponents' threes.
Yeah, they challenge the 3-ball as well as anybody. Both contest the shot and close out to deny the attempt from even being taken. This roster does a great job of taking away space from shooters.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Heat lead by 7.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Gordon with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Shots good from Mba Amute.
Artful use of the screen there. Gains the separation he needs for a good look.
The 3 from Johnson. The shot misses. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Miami ahead. They finish off the second quarter on a 14-5 run. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what's gotten the offense working?
Well, finally we were able to get some stops. We were able to get a couple easy ones in the open court and a little bit more patience to try to get something at the rim.
We'll see if you can keep breaking them down in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game and jumped out to a 5-point lead at the break. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now, that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, this is a close game. Every point matters. Right now, they're not getting to the line much. To win this kind of matchup, you got to be the aggressor. You got to be, you just got to be aggressive. Let's just see if they can ramp up their intensity, Ernie.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Rockets trail by 5. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
And really, Harden is even dangerous when he's looking to score. Even when the defense gets physical with him, he takes the contact, he powers through it.
Well, James Harden has always acted as the initiating guard in any offense he's been in. But last year, he just took it to a new level. Coach D'Antoni, Harden was running the offense. He ended up with double-digit assist numbers for the season.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And those assist numbers for Harden, a career high by a mile. Crazy to think a player who came in from Arizona State was viewed as a spot shooter is now a double-digit assist guy.
You know, people always debate whether or not Harden is a point guard or a shooting guard, but honestly, who cares? He just has game. His role in the offense is that of getting buckets or setting up teammates. I mean, to assign a label to him, for what? He has game.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Ariza has the open look. Hands it from downtown. Ariza's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Whiteside, a screen on Harden. Here's Waiters. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, the Rockets have a pretty simple game plan. Put up a ton of threes and get as many deep threats on the floor as you can.
And often we can exaggerate about how much a team hoists up the threes, but it isn't an exaggeration with the Rockets. They do it at a record pace.
Oh, yeah, at times last season, almost half of their shots were from 3. by far the most three-point attempts in the league. I mean, you look at their offensive numbers, and clearly it was the right approach for them.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Well, we always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. You know, some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it was a great leader like a two-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself, and then kind of let his leadership just follow that on the court. We bring that to today with a guy like a John Wall. It's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in, along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different, but it's a lot of fun watching, because when they get to that point, you've definitely seen some development and growth from them mentally and physically when you know they've taken over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good insight. That free throw good from Harden.
And last season, Harden just put up some incredible numbers all across the board. His assists were league leading, which nobody saw coming. He didn't have a big drop in his own scoring, even as he was creating so much more for others.
And both free throws good for James Harden. And with Harden, as you said, Chris, nobody saw his assist totals coming except maybe his coach, Mike D'Antoni, one of the Coach of the Year candidates, certainly all season long with what he did in that 55-win Rockets season. When Harden heard what his coach expected, Chris, he laughed it off.
Yeah, and part of it was the system, but Harden he found his groove. I mean, you think about just the seasons he's had. He's just played incredible, and he's going to have to bring those turnover numbers down. Not used to playing with the ball and not used to being in that position that much. Expect the turnover numbers to come down this season.
The Heat have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Off the pick. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's Paul. Paul missing again.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Waiters. He feeds it to Whiteside. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Capella. Harden against Waiters. Inside. Capella with the bucket. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Even with the suffocating defense, Capella keeps his composure, sinking these interior looks rather effortless.
Here's the screen. Dragic dishes to Whiteside. Pass to Waiters. And taken away by Paul. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Anderson. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And Chris, many thought that after the Rockets let Dwight Howard go, they would have a slight rebuilding phase. Turns out they were just reloading. A surprise contender last season.
They did sneak up on some teams with how well they played early on. Front office did a great job retooling the team, great coaching job. But now with Paul in the mix, they're one of the scariest teams, at least on paper.
Now Anderson, after the missed three from Goran Dragic. The dish to Harden over Waiters. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets. Heat shooting the ball at 42%. Here's Waiters. Johnson outside. Dishes to Whiteside. To stop the run. And he sinks the layup. Whiteside's got 8. 1:10 left in the third quarter of the game. Ariza outside. Now Capella. Paul right side. Shot clock at 6. It's Ariza on the wing. Shoots over Winslow. Ariza no luck. The Heat have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. No good from Dragic.
He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
Dragic against Paul. Harden gets to Ariza. There's the screen. Here's Paul. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 9.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And here is Waiters. Right side a screen. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Nice bucket. There's no question about his skills at the offensive end.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Rockets lead by 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Head coach Erik Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Every loose ball, 50-50. We got to come up with those. We got to come up with those. Those will decide the game.
Coach Erik Spoelstra wanting every possible possession, asking his guys for the extra effort.
And it's not just raising your intensity level. You have to maintain it for the long haul. I mean, to really wear down your opponent, you want to break their spirit.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Olynyk. Richardson is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then it's Winslow, and it's White in at the small forward position. Now here's Paul. And Bahamute, the pass to Paul. Back to Bahamute. 6 to shoot. The shot by Nene, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Ellington kicks to Richardson. There's the pick. Olynyk can't hit.
The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
In the corner, it's Gordon. He dishes it to Paul. Screened by Bahamute. There's Gordon with the 3. Miami grabs the miss. Olynyk's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
There's Winslow. Sinks that one from the post. Winslow's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Heat.
Just a hard-fought battle, and neither team able to create any distance.
Well, credit the competitiveness. Neither team wanting to give up an inch.
Now here's Anderson. Nene kicks to Paul. Here is Bahamute. Gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. And the Rockets lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Richardson against Gordon. Out to White. Pass to Ellington. There's the pick. And it's Nene with the rebound. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Nene. Heat also with a sub. Whiteside's checked in for Olynyk. And for the Heat, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Ellington dishes to Winslow. Inside. They get a hand on it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. So for the Rockets, Clint Capella comes in for Mbamute. And Trevor Ariza is subbed in for P.J. Tucker. Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Good ball movement here by Miami. Dragic with a screen for Richardson. Just 4 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Heat. Houston in the lead. Paul kicks to Anderson. Back to Paul. Anderson with the screen for Paul. There's Gordon with the 3. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 3rd rebound on the night. In the corner, Winslow with it. Kicks it to Whiteside. Now here's Winslow. No good that time. Good work defensively by Capella. The 10-footer. Rebound by the Heat. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Richardson the pass to Winslow. Feeds to Richardson. He kicks to Whiteside. Shoots over Capella. That one a little long.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of Coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Now here's Gordon. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Come on, he's a fearless scorer. Gordon has plenty of experience nailing these type of shots.
Timeout called the Heat. They're trailing by 3. There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Waiters comes in for Richardson. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Thank you, David. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here's Waiters. Passes to Winslow to take the lead. Harden grabs the miss. Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Ariza no luck. Miami trailing. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Waiters dishes to Dragic. 13 feet away. Dragic with another miss. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Now here's Paul. Harden outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
What makes Harden so special is his explosiveness. This guy can just turn it on whenever he wants to on offense.
Good on the first, and that makes it a three-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Making this a two-possession game. That's the benefit of knocking down the easy.
And Waiters kicks to Johnson. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Well, we want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning into. Big moments.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game. And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 4. 24 seconds left to play here in the fourth. On the wing, guarded by Harden. Up again, and Whiteside stays right with it.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity. Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Boy, I mean, the career Paul has had just in terms of being a great point guard. There really are no words left to describe.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Whiteside. And stolen by Ariza. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
At the line for your Rockets, James Harden. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, they can breathe easy now thanks to those free throws. They won't have to sweat this one out.
Johnson outside. Buries it from outside. Timeout called, the Rockets. They're in front by 3. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
James Harden. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game. Dragic with it. So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.